Hi guys, good morning. So I'm doing this video more for myself than anything else, really, because it's an attempt to clarify something, or to make deeper sense of something, or that a shift that's been going on within me. Because I feel discombobulated, because oh God, here we go again, right? It's probably going to be a rambly one, guys, but hey, a cup of tea, you know. Here in England, as long as you have a cup of tea, everything is fine, you know. This is the English way. Everybody's always fine in England. Everyone's always alright. It doesn't matter what. Just they could have just been run over by a fucking truck and, you know, were decapitated, but, you know, they'll still be there, their head over there, their body here, going, oh, I'm alright, get up a cup of tea, keep calm and carry on. Yeah, anyway. See, here we go again, I digress. This really deep inner process has been going on within me, where I am being shown something so profound, and it has a lot to do with the number 33, and it has a lot to do with mastery over the, or within the materium experience. It's about overcoming evil, karma, darkness, manipulation, mind control. It's about overcoming self-hate and victimhood and moving into a state of supreme power as a creator being, which I truly believe is what we are, soul travelers. It's interesting because from the minute we're born, soul travelers, we are targeted. We are targeted and mind controlled and gaslit and manipulated and mangled and wrangled and fucked every which way to totally hijack our consciousness so that it can be owned and used by evil. We become evil's creature, and that is a fact, people. It's interesting because Daphne, you're such a darling, Daphne, and you know, she posted a little clip or something, a picture of me on her YouTube channel, which I was looking at thinking, anyway, you know how that goes, right? Anyway, and told people to come over to my channel and check it out, and welcome to any new subscribers, by the way, and thank you, Daphne, bless you, my angel. And for any of my subscribers, go check out a channel. I will put a link in the drop down box below, called Daphne Reloaded. Quite some lady and funny as fuck. And a sort of person that I like, because she calls a spade a spade. I just like people that do that. I love that type of thing. You know, I hate fucking pussyfooting around. I like people to call it what it fucking is. And yes, sometimes that is subjective. I know that, but what the fuck? My truth subjectively today is this, and I'm going to call it that. So go fuck yourself. Anybody who doesn't like that, or the Series 3 NBC, will get offended. Whatever, you know, it doesn't matter. Daphne's great. So go check out Daphne Reloaded, you know. Anyway, so she uploaded a video where she was shouting out for a channel, which I can't remember what it's called, but it's a guy who doesn't have many subscribers, and again, I agree, you ought to have, because I went and checked it out, and it's actually fucking good stuff. It's lots of good, interesting takes on, again, why are soul travelers targeted the way we are? Yeah. We are a fucking precious fucking resource, people. That is what we are. We are power. We are... we are a precious resource. We are so precious that there are no words for it. And evil wants to use our consciousness to perpetually create this disgusting, inverted, evil fucking shit. It's interesting because the other day I came across this thing on Facebook, and it was this guy saying, oh, scientists have found out that when you eat vegetables, they scream out in pain. And it actually cut me up a lot because, you know, being very sensitive, and I've been dealing with a lot of grief as well, because that, again, apart from all the other emotional, spiritual, energetic nuances that we're dealing with, grief is a big fucking part of it, because there's so much grief and pain and sorrow and suffering and misery in this world that our own and others that we see. And this is why veganism has worked so well, because people do really love animals, and it's like, oh, I can't stand to eat them anymore. You know what I mean? This is... But it was like... There was a picture, like, of a bell pepper, right? Like, I like peppers, and it had this little face, and it was like screaming in agony. And I thought to myself, you know, motherfucker, I can see where this is fucking going, right? It's like, well, you can't eat meat because it's evil, and to an extent, yeah, I really agree with that. But you know, anyway, I'm not going to go into that because whatever. But you know, you can't eat wheat because gluten, like, I bet you gluten, right, doesn't even exist. It's fucking bullshit, you know. They make it sound like you're eating super glue every time you have a slice of bread, you know, like your jaw's going to be fucking glued, like, shut, you know, like, what the fuck, right? And you can't eat dairy, and you can't eat that, and you can't eat that, and you can't say that, and you can't think that, and you can't wear that because we're fucking offended, you know. And now you can't eat vegetables because you're torturing them. Do you know what that reminds me of? There's a film by Terry Gilliam. Terry Gilliam? You know, it's called Brazil. It's called Brazil. It's a British film. And it's this really weird, fucking psychotropic reality, jokingly referred to by fucking the NPC proletariat as reality, where people don't even eat food anymore. They eat a chemical substance that is molded into various shapes and colors, but it has nothing to do with actual food. We're actually fast arriving at that point now, because, you know, evil's very busy sucking the life force out of this realm and out of us, or so it seems. But of course, so much better. See, it's all a bit of a fucking illusion, and I just know that I'm going to be triggering some victim-y people, you know, because there's all kinds of weird shenanigans going on, and a lot of people fall for that type of shit. Such a thing as, oh, evil is a subjective thing, evil doesn't really exist, you know. No, of course it doesn't. And, you know, in a weird sort of way, that is actually sort of true. But, you know, in my last video I talk about this, but this experience is very multifaceted. It's very deep, it's very high, it's very wide, it's very complicated, it's very simple. And it is completely beyond the left brain's ability to compute. You have to be able to quantum think. For that, you have to fucking go within and do the fucking work, layer after layer after layer. This will take everything you've got and then some. Some people aren't willing to do that, so not my problem. Anyway, I've noticed there are a lot of people who are perennially stuck in a state of hatred for everything, which actually that is self-hate, right? If you're filled with hate and filled with vengeance, it's self-hate. Trauma is the gateway, right? We enter this world, we are scapegoated, we are targeted by our own families, our own communities, our own school, in fact, this thing, this construct, right? We are fucking crucified in every imaginable way. I just said that, right? So it creates in us, it does something to our consciousness. It encapsulates it in darkness, in I'm powerless, I'm a victim. And self-hate, people find it really, really difficult to accept that in themselves, to look at that in themselves. And yet, if you're not willing to go there, you can't heal. It's, you know. So, everything comes from within. This experience comes from within. We enter this realm. We have this experience for a reason. When it comes to awakening, you start to understand what's really been going on. You get all that. You start to think, oh my God, this reality. You begin to see it more and more and more and more and more and more and more. Right? To the point where you're very awake and you really see it, which is excruciatingly painful. Right? But that is when you begin to be aware that the only fucking way to shift this experience from darkness into light is through your own power. It's not going to happen by us. And I do this all the time myself, by the way, so I'm not having a go at anybody because I do it still myself. Like I said, this is a process that is happening within me. And I'm trying in this video to find some clarity, because I'm talking about it. And if I do sound rambly, and if I'm not really making a great deal of sense, hey, I apologize. But, you know, like I said, this video is first and foremost for myself. Victimhood, self-hate, rage, vengeance, grief, which is also very addictive, fear, which is very addictive, all of these different toxic, dark things that keep us seemingly trapped in a perpetual cycle of doom, of powerlessness, of, oh, this isn't going anywhere. And within that experience, we're there lamenting the fact that we're in it, blaming it on everything and everyone, on the external, and they've done this to me and they've done that to me, which is all true. Yes. Feeling all that hate, feeling all that rage, feeling all that grief, feeling all that insanity and all of that, and we need to go through that. That's all part of the course, true, we do. But there comes a point where you understand the name of the game. You're beginning to get it. First of all, you're at the outer edges of it, and you're beginning to see it, and you start to inch into it, and you're beginning to get it more and more and more. Evil has a vested interest to keep us trapped in that toxic, nefarious, dare I say, merry-go-round. It's not merry, obviously, but you know, it wants us there. We create the same shit over and over and over again, whilst lamenting it, whilst hating it, whilst going on and on about how we want to get out of here, and how something has got to shift, somehow I've got to get the fuck out of here, this, that and the other, you know. Well, the number 33 is very significant. It's a number of mastery over the materium, or within the materium. It is the true consciousness, and it is only through that we can light reset this experience. We're not going to leave this and go somewhere else whilst everything here continues to rot and be horrific and no. I've said it before and I'll say it again. It's a manifested reality. It isn't what you think it is. It isn't set in stone, and it's not real. You know, for the longest time we are triggered. I mean, I'm being triggered in a massive way at the moment, because there's a tooth that keeps playing up, and then it's like they're saying, oh, you know, this is going to happen, oh, you know, and or there's other health, there's always a problem. That is the key, the trigger that brings up more of that hell contagion within you, that programming that tells you, oh, you're powerless and you're worthless and you're never going to get out of here. This is all there is, you know. And you're filled with hatred because you see all these idiots out there doing what they do, and this and that and UNR and all of that, you know, and it's and you're just there. I mean, the last few weeks have been just unspeakable. It's just been like, wow, I've never known it this dark. It's really bad. But within that putrid fucking darkness, the light, I'm there, it's there, it's, yes. And it says, if you want to start creating the light reset, if you want your miracles, if you want to go home, which I believe happens by degrees, we create spiral upwards. If you want that, then you need to fucking own your shit and you need to take responsibility. This is not something that just happens to you. What the fuck? You're a powerful creator being. Own that shit and start fucking living that truth. Yeah, easier said than done, but you know what, guys? Apart from the fact that it takes focus and determination and integrity and being brutally honest with yourself, and you're fucking slipping back into the, but I'm a powerless victim and I hate myself and I hate all you because you're all fucking right? Oh, and it's like, yeah, okay, stop fucking around. You know that's bullshit. It's so fucking clever, the dark side, you know? It is so clever. We mustn't ever underestimate it. Ever. This is why we have to be present all the time. Because it's very fucking clever. It's like, no, you need to be afraid. It's the only way to stay safe. Right? You need to, yeah, focus on the external, because look, and it's all real, and it's like, look at these assholes, these NPCs, they always have everything. It's not true, by the way, because I've seen plenty of NPCs that are just fucked up completely. I know that full well. But it lies to us, and we believe it. We're used to believing it. We're used to be completely beholden to it. We're used to being its creature. So that's why a lot of soul travelers are wonky fucking people. We are. We have a bit of that fucking darkness in us, and anyone who says, no, I don't, then you're full of shit, because you do. Because you're a soul traveler. Takes one to know one. It's like we have to alchemize this hell contagion. We have to deal with the black hand and the dark generator. It's part of who we are. It's all about alchemization, and this is a very big thing. Ah, right? It's in the darkest of the dark that you find the light, the gold, the essence, the be all and end all of it all. Haha, this is it, Omega point. I have to make a choice and set an intention to no longer be evil's creature, but to start asserting my true self. What is it I want? That in and of itself is a fucker, right? Because I would say, well, I want true well-being. But all all I remember for the time being is this experience, which is just about as insane and inverted and fucked up as you can get, right? It's what I've lived. So you think to yourself, well, what does true well-being look like? You say, well, it's freedom. Yeah, what about safety? What about friendships? What about health? What about creativity, inspiration, joy, happiness, fulfillment? What about the external? What about that? What about what's going on right now, and where's that going, and ooh and ah? And before you know it, you're in a state of complete discombobulation, and you're like, you know, we're so used to being powerless and fucked up and completely traumatized and completely distorted. It's all we've known. Well, no, it isn't all we've known, actually. We've known a shitload more than that. We're infinite beings, obviously, but for the time being, it's all we remember. So to come out of that and find that light in the middle of the most putrid darkness, and to start to realize that you're a supreme creator being, and that it is all about creating, and that we've been creating a load of shit. Oh, God, there's people... Yeah, move on. Go on. Oh, that's Mitzi the dog. Anyway, all that, which is the fear construct, like I had that experience, which I talk about in my video, you know, facing and feeling the deepest fear. I can't remember exactly what it was called, but you know, I'll talk about that there, so you can go back there and, because you know, and watch that video. That is what lives in us. That is what keeps us trapped. It does that by using etheric implants. Because in this dream realm we call reality and believe to be real and set in stone, which it isn't. But if you still think like that, and you're still trapped in a whole victim thing, it's all, oh boy, it's all about consciousness, people, and we are so powerful. But oh, we have been reduced to but a smidgen. I mean, it's just like, even as I'm sat here doing this video, it's just like the fog comes in. No, we don't want you to talk about this or something, you know. It's, but I'm going to press on and do the best I can. This is why you can't wake people up, by the way, right? There is absolutely no point in trying to red pill anybody. It wastes a shitload of your energy. It comes from a place of victimhood. It really, really does. It's like, oh, I've got to go out there and wake people up. No, you've got to go in there and do the fucking work. Everything on the external is beyond your control. As in, if you, with your hell contagion infected consciousness, think that I'm gonna go out there and change the world, then you're fucking totally barking up about a million wrong trees. You need to go in there and do the sacred work, and everything on the external will eventually be completely transformed. Going home is not about leaving here and going somewhere else. It's about a state of consciousness. It's a shift. So, like I said, a few issues going on for me that are triggers that bring up that shit. The fear, the grief, and all this self-hatey crap, you're never going to get out of here, and this, that, and the other. And it's like, oh, but I don't have to believe that shit anymore. I can choose to continually not allow myself to get entangled in that, because I don't have to be afraid to stay safe. That is fucking total bullshit. I need to fucking love myself. That ensures my safety. Now, what's been coming up for me in a big way is that no matter what you've got in life, if you haven't got your health, you've got fuck all. Doesn't matter, man. You can have millions, billions, whatever. But if you do not have your health, then you have nothing. Just one part of true well-being. There's so much more to true well-being. It is kind of an infinite thing. Something that we can start to create, that we build brick by brick or bit by bit, create, spiral upward, bit by bit, right? That is what you do when you've fallen into this inverted, insane asylum, to have a certain type of experience. And then, okay, and now we've done that, now we're going to come out of it, to come back to our true self, to realize that, we have power that we can use. Now we don't have to live in fear and on our knees anymore. We can now start to employ our true essence and bring into form the light reset and start to bring in bit by bit true well-being, as within, so without. And it was like, yeah, so what do you really want? What do you want? Start thinking about what it is you really, really want. The dark side will come in and say, yeah, but you can't have that, or no, that doesn't exist, miracles don't exist, magic doesn't exist, there's only this, and this is how it works, and you have to accept it, and then you die, and then if you've been really, really good, then you get to be powerful and rich in your next life, and all kinds of utter fucking bullshit, my fucking god. I mean, I could do about 10 videos alone on fucking reincarnation and what a fucking total load of nonsense that is on some level. You know, I think I had one when I was born, because I had my birth was very, very difficult, and I have vague memories of something. I need to go in there and explore that actually, and you know, do a video about it at some point. It's time, you know, it's Omega time for me, because I ain't doing this shit no more. So anyway, what do I want? And it was that, what do I want to create? Where do I want to start? What do I want to do? Well, I had a problem with money, you know, and that this wonderful rose pinky energy glow came, and it was like, love yourself, see, know what's going on here, understand. It wants to keep you trapped. If you choose to be afraid, if you choose to believe that, well, there's nothing I can do, and oh, this is a problem here, and oh god, and nothing ever works out, and evil is all powerful, okay, no good can come of that. You've done that your entire life. Why continue doing the same thing and expect different results? And somehow you'll get to go home anyway. It's not going to happen. What can you do here? What do you want? So I said, well, I would like for this financial situation to work itself out in a really magnificent, miraculous way. I would like this to happen, and I would like that to happen, and I would like it to be like that. But then the dark side came in and goes, oh, come on, be realistic. That's not possible. That never happens. But you know, then I was walking down there, and there was a piece of paper just lying there. It was just scrumpled up, and it was dirty, and it was muddy because, you know, it had been raining, and it said, you take care of yourself and everything else will be all right. It was just on a piece of paper. What the fuck, right? I knew. So it inspired me, and I thought, you know, I'm just going to love myself. I'm terrified because this situation is bad, and what am I going to do? And and all that was going on there, and the fear construct was really But at the same time, there was a peace and love, and I'm going to love myself. I deserve to have prosperity and abundance and well-being. It all worked out exactly as I had said I wanted it to work out. And frankly, it is a fucking miracle, because that never happens in the situation that I was in. It was like, wow. speechless. Incredible. It all worked out just like that. Just like that. You know? And it was incredible. And guess what? So this dark onslaught came at me straight away saying, oh yeah, but that doesn't mean anything. That doesn't mean anything. We're just going to take it away from you anyway. Wow. See, so in this experience, in this process that I'm in now, I'm clearly I see it clearly. How evil works, what it does to me, how it lives inside of me, what it's done to me. My own parts, where I still give away my power, still believe evil, versus a life which tells me you're a powerful creator being, you're infinite, and you can truly transform everything. So the next thing here that came to me was, now what do you want? And I'm like, okay, well, health. Yeah. Because without physical well-being, you have nothing. When you're in pain every day, when your body isn't working, then you're not free. You're not free to do what you want to do. It's appalling, you know, and I have a lot of health problems. So that's it. And again, how does one go about that? So there's that tooth that keeps, and there's another thing going on with my liver, which is, right, and I have to go for a scan in the hospital, and it's like fear, because that's how it is, you can't, and there are no miracles, and you have to be there, but you have to be afraid. It's the only way to stay safe. Because then if you go into the light and you believe that there are miracles, which is crazy because there can't be, you know, but if you believe that, and then it all goes horribly wrong, you'll never recover from that horrific trauma, disappointment thing. Better to stay in the dark, right? But it's like, no, love yourself. Take this body of yours, this avatar, in your arms and love. And be receptive. You are not alone. The Great Mother, which is this great infinite sea of love, is within you and all around you. And miracles are our natural state. They're only called miracles because we've been living in this inversion module, right? Well, we haven't really, but because it's all an illusion. So I'm going to be working on that. So I'm going to opt out of the hell contagion consciousness experience, which repeats the same shit over and over and over again. And it will be there, and it will come and attack me, and it will reassert itself, its dominance. And I will no doubt slip into it again and again, and come out of it again and again, and go into the light again and again, and experience the power and the peace and the tranquility and this feeling of, oh yeah, wow. Maybe you're an NPC, maybe you're not, but I don't care. You don't pose a danger to me. I love all living souls, and I am a creator being, and I will see everything transformed. I will see and be a part of the great healing. So I'm going to be here and do the sacred work. So more and more and more, and it's still back and forth, and yes, it's happening, something is happening, creating is happening, it's happening. It's wonky, it's raw, it's terrifying, because it is that leap of faith again. Oh, it's better to be afraid, live in fear, yeah, versus no, live in love, allow, surrender, keep fucking letting go. And to that end, I have done a video in the past where I've said that I don't like meditation. It's it's not, it's contraindicated for trauma, actually. And all these meditation junkies are basically all about repression. So I'm not into that at all. However, I used to be, for a short spell, a Buddhist, and used to do the mindfulness of breathing meditation, which is very simple. You sit and you focus on your breathing in through your nose and out through your mouth. Now, when the dark side comes and it puts these intrusive thoughts into your head, telling you how worthless you are, telling you what a disgusting thing you are, telling you you're never going to get out of it, telling you that look at all these NPCs, they're disgusting, look what's happening in the world, that's disgusting, look at this, look at that, ooh, hate, rage, fear, grief, fear, all of it, self-hate, I'm so shit, I hate myself and all of that and blah. You can opt out, or at least you can set an intention to not allow that to take you back into its fucking dirty, disgusting claws. I mean, I've done it to death. I've been there. And it's like, no. Seriously, guys, you know, our time is fucking now. It keeps coming to me again and again, and it's very difficult to put this into words because it is a feeling, energetic experience that cannot be put into words because words are of the left brain. Here I am spluttering and it's not me, it's the rain. Anyway, I mean, even as I'm sitting here, I mean, it's whining, it's obtuse, you know, it's, because I had this whole thing going on with my jaw, my whole jaw got really, really sore, and it was this, and it was that, and it was ooh, and it was ah, and it's like, oh, you're going to lose that tooth, and you're just going to continue to grow old, and you're going to get sicker and sicker, and then you're going to die, because that's how it has to be, and then, oh, it's gut-wrenching fear, it's appalling, you know. That is what it does. That is what we used to. That is what we tend to stay in and with. We believe it. Oh, it's true. We believe it to be true because we've been so traumatized, because we have experienced that. We look to the external and take on other people's fucking stories, don't we? Well, this happened to so-and-so, and that happened to so-and-so, and and the Holocaust, and this is what happened over there in that country, see, so, well, I have my own feelings about that. I don't do that anymore. It's a fucking illusion. It's Maya. It's all part of the mind control, right? It's all put there for soul travelers. It's all there to hijack our consciousness and keep us in a terrible, terrible, terrible state. Alright? So it can use that consciousness and create this illusion. Because it has a kind of mind of its own and it wants to live and it wants to exist. But it's already dead. And we take our power back now. We are doing it bit by bit by bit. I can feel it. If this is happening inside of me, it's also happening inside other soul travelers. Not all of you, perhaps, as yet, but that's fine. You know, wherever you find yourself, just keep doing the sacred work and know that you are valuable and that you are precious. You are so precious that evil is doing literally everything it possibly can to keep you trapped in its nefarious fucking claws. Because it wants your power for itself. And you will get to a point where you understand the mechanism of it and begin to disentangle from it more and more and more. That is what I call going home. That is mastery, that is 33, that is what some people refer to as Christ consciousness. I'm not so keen on that terminology, but, you know, I kind of like I like the personage of Christ. I'm not so sure he was real. I think it's more of a fucking archetypal type thing, you know, but miracles, you know, turning water into wine and bread and fishies and shit like that, you know, though nowadays you'd have some vegan complaining about that, you know. eat one fucking, I don't know, nut burgers or something. Then we'd be having a go at Jesus, you know. Meat is murder! Anyway, it's an archetypal energy, is Jesus, and it's all about mastery, and it's all about the crucifixion, which is the death of the false fear construct, which has created a fake persona, right? All of that has to die, and to that end we have been through the inner landscape, the maze, the minotaur. It's all there, people, if you but care to read the language, the coded language that lies in the external world that we can read, and the synchronicity, all of it, it's all there. Everything is there if you but have the eyes to see and the heart to know and the willingness to do the sacred work. Then you will get to a point where you are ready, little by little by little, to leave behind the hell contagion consciousness of perpetual slavery, victimhood, torture, torment, defeat and doom, and by the by start shining brighter and brighter and brighter and brighter, and start to experience the fruits of your labor. You begin to start to explode into light, for we are the power of love, and we are not meant to live like this forever. It was an experience, it does have merit, and now it's time to create something new again. And only love can do it, and it is a choice we make. To leave behind the dark, nefarious, insidious shit. To see the tricks, the mechanism. Oh, it's tricksy, very tricksy. Ooh. Oh boy, manipulation is the name of the game. Gaslighting is the name of the game. But you know what, guys? The longer you walk this path, the more you start to see that, and you work it out. You work it out. Like, yeah, I see that, and I see that, and I see that, and I'm falling for that, and I'm not falling for that, and I'm not falling for that, and I'm still gonna love myself. I love you. I love you. Because mastery is not about making it happen. No. It's the wisdom of the Great Mother, which is about love and receptivity. It's about being completely open to receive the goodness and the bounty and the miracles and the magicalness. It's fluid, people. Love. We're used to living in this world where you've got to make it happen. Ooh, you've got to force it through, and you know, it's all that. And again, there is, at some point, there's merit. You know, there are things in the past that I've worked very hard for, that I've forced through with sheer force of will. And it has come to fruition, and it has been a good thing. But this is a whole different ballgame now, guys. This is about being in a state of grace and receiving. And yet, even as I say it, I feel fucking terrified. It's like, oh, come on, that's not going to happen. That's not possible. There is no such thing. There are no miracles. You're going to be horrendously, disappointed because it's not going to happen. Always, all the terrible things are going to happen, and you're going to, and it's going to destroy. It's going to annihilate you. It's better to stay in the fear, and you can stay in the fear. But my intuition is there saying, don't listen to that. It's a lie. Don't do it. Can you feel? I am telling you that everything is going to work out. It's okay, my darling. It's all right. It's okay. But I love you. I love you. I love you. You know? You need to keep loving yourself, because that's where the power is at. Power is not Hercules with its great sword. You know, that big brawny warrior with that fucking square jaw like an anvil. No. Power is fluid. It's more like that tiny little Tai Chi master who was 103 years old, and all these big brawny men kept coming at him, and he was going doof, 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 and sent them all flying. You know, It's not aggressive, it's not violent, it's not hateful, it's not afraid. It exists in a state of grace, it is love. It knows that all shall be well. I'm not going to worry, why? It is the opposite of the inversion, and I can't really put it into words. It's like the Matrix, you have to experience it for yourself. And when, excusez-moi, when you do the work, you get there. You do get there, guys, you know. So I'm gonna be doing this. I'm gonna really get to grips with this. Because this is my will. I choose this. This is what I choose now. And yes, I'm terrified, but you know, I know as well, and this is not a very, very important part of it all, is that we are guided. Because again, it's this notion which the false light loves to gaslight us with, that you have to make it all happen yourself and you're all alone and sovereignty and you know, it's not at all like that at all. Something, and I'm not going to say what it is or how it is, because that's pointless. I'm not doing that. But there is a infinitely loving, energetic force or power that has our back. It loves us so very, very much. And it will always help us, and it will always show us the way. So I'm guessing that it is co-creation. Okay, and I'm good with that. It is not some external power like fucking asshole God from the Bible. No, it isn't like that at all. It is part of us, it is within us and all around us, and it is pure love, and I believe in it, and I have faith in it, and I trust it. Even, yes, whilst at the same time I'm terrified and all that still going on as well, and that is how it is now, right now. It is a temporary thing. It will pass. It will gain momentum, the light, the miracles, the incredibleness, yes. But it's all about choice. Anyway. I know it's tough going, guys, I know. Evil's very convincing, and it's very addictive, and it's very good at gaslighting and manipulating us in just about every imaginable way, and well, you know, I know. We're used to the darkness, you know. We're used to it. We've been very traumatized. So, go easy on yourselves. Alright? You beautiful angels.